What's up, boys? Welcome to another Fall Guys video. Today we have a guide for how to win at HEX-A-GONE. This game mode is probably the most infamous game mode ripped off from Minecraft TNT run, but that's besides the point. This is probably the most popular game, and this is probably the game everyone loves to play the most. So, breaking it down, HEX-A-GONE. I will give you two, maybe three methods of winning this game easily and without much effort. There will be a simple method, which you will attempt to stay on the same platform as long as possible without dropping early, and a hard method, which you will drop all the way to the bottom and take out as much ground as possible. And then a secret method that I will be revealing at the end of the video. Alright, well, jumping into the simple method is to attempt to stay on the same platform as long as possible without dropping early in the game. Now, I recommend this method for any amount of players that join the game. So you have 9 to 18 players at the end, so I would suggest, doesn't matter how many players are in the lobby. So first tip for this would be aim for the hexagon at the spawn. Once you spawn in the game, you'll see a hexagon to your right, to your left, maybe in front of you. You will spawn and jump dive into it, giving yourself an extra tile compared to the other players. This will also allow you to plan your next route rather than just falling into the RNG pit. So you'll be able to find a spot that you want to look for and you'll jump to it, and that's where you'll be, and it'll give you a better situation. The next tip is min-maxing. Min-maxing is a term I created. Basically, it just whenever you jump delay onto other hexagons, so you save the minimum amount of hexagons on the floor, but you'll be able to stay for the max amount of time as possible. This will allow you to stay on a certain level much longer than usual, and this will allow you to win more 1v1 scenarios at the end if you do happen to get into that situation. It can also be useful for the next tip. The next tip is looking below you so you can plan your route. This is very important because once you're on a level by yourself or with other people and you know it's gonna fall eventually, you should look below you to see if there's an escape route, because if there's no floor below you, you might drop through 1, 2, maybe even lose the game if you don't know where you're going next. So being able to look below you and scout a position will be very beneficial to getting some dubs. Alright, fourth tip is diving. Diving, use it sparingly. Trust me, diving should only be used for extreme situations. Other than the beginning dive, you should not be diving onto other platforms unless you really need to. If you really need to escape or jump to a certain section, you can dive, but just know that the get up and animation for diving is very long. So right as your animation is over, you will have to instantly press A to jump onto another platform close to you. Yeah, it's really difficult to master. If you do master the diving, I recommend using it, but more than many times I just end up dying if I dive, and it really isn't worth it at the end. So just use it sparingly. Next tip is cut off your opponents. Basically, there's a strategy where you can take more than one hexagon when you're walking, and as you're walking by, try to stay in the middle of the two hexagons where you can take both of them at the same time. So if you see someone's losing space and the only route for them to return to the larger amount of space, find that cutoff point and take 2 away from them, so they're gonna have to dive, or you can lap back around so they don't even have a chance of jumping onto the bigger platform, leaving you more space to min-max if you end up being the last person on that level. The final simple method tip is do not grab. I can't recommend this enough. Like, do not grab. Like, it's probably the worst thing in this game mode. Obviously, if you're trolling, like, it could be fun to grab people. If you're confident, you don't care about being very high up, or you're okay with dropping a couple levels just to get someone out, I would say use it. But for the casual player or the player that's really trying to win, I would just suggest not grabbing at all. Alright, for the hard method. This method I saw on Twitter the first time, and I think it's really good. So the hard method is, once you spawn, you will instantly drop down to the first platform, and then you will move to the middle of the map. And then once you're in the middle of the map, don't move, put down your controller, whatever. Just drop down all the way to the final level. There are 8 different levels in HEX-A-GONE. So I would suggest going down 7. Once you're at the bottom, start going in a circle using the 2-block HEX-A-GONE strategy, where you take 2 away, and being able to take out as much space as possible in the middle. Because odds are most people who play tend to stay towards the middle instead of the outsides, leaving the outside ring to yourself. And if people drop through multiple layers, they'll have no way to get out of it. It'll take out players who are not paying attention. And once you're finally at the end and most people have died, some people might live on the outer edges. Just make sure you use that strategy of min-maxing to keep jumping and to keep keeping your hexagons alive for the longest amount of time. Now for what you've been waiting for, the secret method. It's very simple. It's get lucky. I mean, this whole game is pretty much luck based, not much skills in it. It's designed so it can be fun, funny, and you get a little bit lucky when you win. And that's the fun in the game. And you might not win every time. The best players might not win, but in reality, HEX-A-GONE is very luck-based game. So don't get angry if you lose and you use all these strategies and you still lose somehow. But just have fun with it. Fall Guys is meant to be a fun game, so don't get too angry. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, you should like, rate, subscribe. I don't know. Go follow my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/TrashPandaHD. I stream sometimes every week. I haven't figured that out yet, but I'll be on there. Go follow me, subscribe. Peace.